Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all fine and safe at home. In today's class, we are going to see the first chapter in geography, that is rocks and soils. We have already seen about rocks, right? What is meant by rocks? Rocks are solid mineral material. Solid means hard. Hard mineral materials are rocks. Next, we have seen the new term, that is petrology. Petrology means study of rocks. Then rocks are classified into three, that is igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks is further subdivided into two, that is intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. Then we have sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks is also classified into two, that is organic and inorganic. Then we have metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks is also further subdivided into two, that is dynamic and thermal.
Now we are going to see the pictorial representation of the rock cycle. Igneous rocks are the primary or parent rocks. It is the rock which is formed first on the earth, so that's why it do not contain any fossils. When these igneous rocks are weathered, which means broken down, eroded or transported and deposited at some places to form sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks are formed when the igneous rocks are eroded and get deposited at various time intervals. That's why the sedimentary rocks contain number of layers, so that is called strata. So hence it is also called stratified rocks. So again, these sedimentary rocks, when subjected to high temperature and high pressure, it gets transformed to metamorphic rocks. Again, these metamorphic rocks will disintegrate and then once again the rock cycle will continue. So it is an endless process. So this endless process is called rock cycle. So I hope you are clear. So again I will explain you. It starts with magma, the molten magma, then it again forms into igneous rocks. The molten magma cools down and then it forms the igneous rocks. It is also called primary or parent rocks. Then it eroded by natural elements like wind and water. So the igneous rocks will get weathered, which means it will get broken down into small fine particles and get deposited at the coastal areas. So that's called as sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks has many layers in it, and then under high temperature and pressure it changes to metamorphic rocks. Again, when metamorphic rocks subjected to high temperature or high pressure, it will again get into molten form, magma. So this process will continue. This endless process is called rock cycle.
In today's class, we are going to see the new topic, that is uses of rocks. Let me explain this paragraph. Rocks have been used by mankind throughout the history. Rocks are highly valuable and important to almost all aspects of our economy. Let me explain this. Rocks have been used by mankind throughout the history and Rocks are highly valuable. Valuable means precious and important to almost all aspects of our economy. Economy means wealth. Let's see some other points about uses of rocks. First, read these points. The minerals and metals in rocks have been found essential to human civilization. Rocks are used for many purposes in our life. So in the first point, the minerals and metals in rocks have been found essential. Essential means necessary to human civilization, and rocks are used for many purposes in our life. So what is meant by civilization? Civilization means the stage of human, social and cultural development that is more advanced. Rocks are useful for making cement, writing chalk, fire, building materials, bath scrub, ornament, roofing materials, decorative materials. These are valuable source of minerals such as gold, diamond, etc.
So this is the pictorial representation. Rocks are used in bricks, constructions, decoratives and pathways, making roads, and in some decorative materials, roofing materials, etc.
We are going to see the next topic, that is soil and its formation. First, let's read the paragraph. Soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms that support life. Soil minerals form the basis of soil. It forms on the surface of the earth. It is known as the skin of the earth. So what is meant by soil? Soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms that support life. Soil minerals form the basis of soil. It forms on the surface of the earth. That's why it is known as the skin of the earth. So first, let's read the paragraph. Soils are formed from rocks, that is parent material, through the processes of weathering and natural erosion, water, wind, temperature change, gravity, chemical interaction, living organisms and pressure differences all help break down parent material. Let me explain this paragraph. How soil is formed? Soils are formed from rocks. Here rocks means parent material through the processes like weathering and natural erosion. Weathering means breakdown. Water, wind, temperature change, gravity, chemical interaction, living organisms and pressure differences. So these are all help to break down parent material. Now let's read this paragraph. It leads to the formation of loose material. In course of time, they break down into fine particles. This process release the minerals locked in the rock fragments. Later on, the vegetative cover which develop in that region forms humus content in the soil. This way, the soil gets matured gradually. Now, let me explain this paragraph. It leads to the formation of loose material. After that, in a course of time, they break down into fine particles. After that, this process releases the minerals locked in the soil fragments. Later on, the vegetative cover which develop in that region forms humus content in the soil. So this way, the soil gets matured gradually. Gradually means slowly.
Next, we can move on to soil composition. The basic components of soil are mineral, organic matter, water and air. It consists of about 45% of mineral, 5% of organic matter, 25% of water and 25% of air. It is only a generalized fact. The composition of soil varies from place to place and time to time. In this picture, we can see air is 25%, water is 25%, mineral particles are 45%, organic matter is 5%, humus is 80%, roots are 10%, organisms are 10%. Next, let's move on to soil profile. The soil profile is defined as the vertical section of the soil from the ground surface and extends downwards. Let's see the pictorial representation so that you may understand more clearer. This is the vertical section of the soil layer. So this vertical section is called soil profile. So the top layer is covered by organic matter like roots, plants, etc. And then the second layer is covered with organics mixed with mineral matter, and then the third layer is covered with mixture of sand, silt or clay, and then parent rock. Then deep inside it will be unweathered parent material. So this vertical section of soil layer is called soil profile. Now let's see soil horizon. Studying the soil vertically is called soil horizon. It is divided into three parts: horizon A, horizon B and horizon C. Horizon A, it is the topmost zone. In this, minerals, nutrients, organic matter is present. Horizon B, it is the transition between horizon A and C. In other words, horizon B means the middle layer is composed of both A and C, that is organic matter plus mineral matter. Horizon C, it consists of loose material. It forms the first layer of soil formation. I have enclosed the classwork instructions in the PDF. Kindly refer it. So now we have reached the end of the session. Thank you.